talking about this just a moment ago. President Trump speaking very early this morning, very confident he's going to serve another 40 years. But again, as we've been saying, the race is just too close to call.
Yeah, Washington correspondent Basil John joining us live from D.C. this morning. Basil, either way this goes, we are looking at a very, very close race. We don't have a clear winner right now, but we do know that we're waiting on some key states.
Yes, good morning, guys. That is correct. We are waiting on a few key states at the time to really help us get a better picture as to how this election is going to go about. And those states in particular being Wisconsin, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. I know many Americans, and even you guys, I know you're waiting on the edges of your seats to find out who is going to take each of those states. But we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for some of those. The reason being is you have states like Pennsylvania where they didn't start counting their mail-in ballots until 7 o'clock last night when their polls had closed. You also have states like Wisconsin that are incredibly tight right now. I believe it was around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock last night that President Trump was in the lead, and then as it got to this morning, Vice President Joe Biden ended up pulling the lead by maybe about 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 votes. So right now, too many races in different states are incredibly contentious, so we're going to have to wait patiently to find out what the result will be.
You know, you say obviously we're going to have to wait for the final call in these states. Something we're going through right now in North Carolina. But the president spoke at the White House earlier. He said he already won. But can he even make that claim?
Obviously, no. The president cannot make that claim at this point, but neither candidate can make that claim at this point of victory. The reason being is because neither candidate has reached that 270 electoral college vote threshold that's necessary for a victor to be claimed. And we're not going to hit that anytime soon. Pennsylvania, we could possibly not hear a result from them until maybe even later today in the evening, or even Thursday, maybe even Friday. And that's 20 electoral college votes on the line. And with how close it was, I believe it was Vice President Joe Biden was around 230 or so, and President Trump was around 220. That's incredibly close numbers for this election. Even one state doesn't necessarily make the claim that they're going to win, but every state matters at this point. President Trump, when he was speaking at the White House, he did say they cannot allow Democrats to disenfranchise the people who came out to vote for him. That's not the kind of game that's being played right now, though. The game that the American people are dealing with, and the game that we're dealing with, like I mentioned before, it's the waiting game. We have to wait for those final votes to come in, those mail-in ballots that need to be tabulated, and then once those do come down, then we're able to get a better picture. But you're going to see, even when it comes down to those final votes, the victor is only going to be ahead by maybe at the most 20, maybe 10 electoral college votes. So it's a pretty tense time in the country right now.
Wow. Yeah, you know, we all just got to be patient, sit back and wait. Basil John, live from the nation's capital. Thank you so much for your time this morning.